Hello, and welcome to the It's Raining Crafts podcast. My name is Raina. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under SF Chick. Today is Sunday, May 22nd, 2016. Tomorrow is my husband's birthday. So, I hope you all had a good week. I have had my ups and downs this week. Last time I recorded on my birthday, I had a very good rest of the birthday week. And then it was Sunday night, this past Sunday night, last Sunday. Why am I saying this Sunday? Anyway, last Sunday, I was in bed with my cats, and you know how your cats have their routine with you. So little boy, of course, he laid up on me, and then it was time to go to bed, so under the blanket he went, and I shut the light out, and I was laying in bed, and I was holding him, and I felt something abnormal. I wasn't sure what it was. So I texted my mother, and I told her, I feel a lump on little boy. Well, she texted me back. She said, call the vet. So we went to the vet this past Thursday, and it might be cancerous. It makes me sad. He's 16 years old. He's had a good life. He's still having a good life. He just is a little slower now in getting around, and they were talking about, they were doing all these tests they did an x-ray. His lump wasn't on the bone, so that's a good thing. And it's more in the soft tissue of his shoulder, but it feels like a golf ball. That's how big it is. And he could still walk. He still does his daily routine, following me around, playing with his sister, all that. But we're just waiting for the results on Tuesday to see what they have to say. And they were talking to me about amputating his leg. It's like, no way. No way. He's 16 years old. He's not going under anesthesia to amputate his leg. And my mother-in-law and my mother were in agreement that there's no way, because he's had all his legs all his life. So how's he going to readjust if you cut his leg off? He can't walk, he can't use his litter box. Anyway, but on the other note, my husband is away this weekend. His best friend got married last night in Pittsburgh, and he's coming back tomorrow. So my son is at my in-laws tomorrow till Dave comes back tomorrow, and they're going to the hockey game tonight. So the Penguins are playing the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm not sure what game it is. I think it's game 4. I don't know what the series is at, because I really don't follow hockey. I'm more of a baseball girl. So anyway, why don't we get into my knitting? So I have 2 finished objects. The first are my Sweet Georgia Bulletproof socks in the Gelato colorway. Still have to weave in my ends, but here they are in all their lovely gloriedness. I started to do the Hermione socks, but the pattern, I thought the yarn was too busy for the pattern, so I just did plain vanilla, my plain vanilla sock pattern, the way that I like to wear my socks. So that's I got these from my sock yarn club, the Fiberista Sock Club out of Chicago. My monthly sock club shipment. I did these in tandem on 2 9-inch circs, top down, and I finished them on May 19th. So I started them in April, but I was so busy and I just needed to have something done last week to take my mind off of the news of little boy. So the next project that I finished was my mother's dewdrop shawl. Now she has a shawl to match her friend. I did this out of Red Heart Boutique yarn in the midnight yarn in the Borealis colorway. And this pattern usually calls that you do 100 rows. And I know that she wanted it a little bit longer. But the first time that I did this shawl, the yarn broke on the loom. And so I had to dig into my other 2 balls of yarn to create this one again. And so I ended up 10 rows short. I know that she wanted it longer, but this is how much of the ball was left. And this would not give me 10 rows. And then I needed extra to cast off. So it was better to cast off at 90, Mom, if you're watching. So I will give that to her when she comes to visit us next week for Kellen's preschool graduation. And so I stopped at 90 rows instead of 100. And I'm like, I really don't want to order another skein of yarn to finish this row because I don't have a car. So I just can't drive the Michaels, and I really do not like asking my in-laws to go out of their way to make sure that I have enough yarn for the project, because they would have. But anyway, those are my FOs for the week. 2 of them. I think that's pretty good. So now I'm down to 5 rows. But I still have my sweater on the needles. I have not touched that since last week. I was almost at the finishing point with 2 of my projects. With this project and then the socks. And I just, you know how you go in and out of phases? You know, you're like, oh, I'm going to knit, you know, and I can't put pressure on myself. And I feel that I do put a lot of pressure on myself when I go to do projects, you know. Be like, oh, well, this will be on, so I'll knit on this. And it's like, okay, you can knit on it, but I can't set the number of rows that I'm knitting on it. I just need to knit. And I do that. But the next project that I'm working on is in my Chicken Boots double bag that I got from Stitches West in, I think, did we win in 2013? Does that sound right, Natalie? But I knit a bankhead for Cal. I forget who the pattern's by. but I cast it on 75 stitches because the pattern calls for 100, so I went down to 75. I was like, oh, that should be good enough for him. Well, I got to 7 inches, and I took it to my in-laws last week, and it was too small. Not too small. It was too big. It was too big. Sorry about that. So I ripped the whole thing, and I recast it on with 50 stitches, with 56 stitches, and I did the brim for 8 rows, and then I did the meat of the hat until I hit 7 inches today. So that's about 24 rows, and I'll see Cal again tomorrow. So I'll have him try it on before I start the decreases on the hat. I think it should fit him, but I think I'm more comfortable with him trying them on. And these are my Knitter's Pride Dreams interchangeable needles in the size 8 size, and the 16-inch yellow cord. You know, when I got the set, I didn't realize that the set comes not with a 16-inch cord, and I knit a lot of hats, especially during the summer, because my sister and brother-in-law have a craft show. So I knit a lot of hats for the craft show, and I try to sell them up there. And well, I'm not selling them, but it's just like a walkthrough craft show, and my it's my brother-in-law's baby. So the next I'm working on is in my chicken boots bag. This is my Game of Thrones and Outlander knitting. And I should probably switch to my sweater when I'm watching this. But this is a Terribly Simple Shawl by Caitlin French. I have not touched this in a while. I watched Outlander last night, and I was working on socks. But by the way, the recent episode of Outlander, oh my god, it was so sad. And the last time that I cried over a TV show was when I was pregnant with Cal back in 2010. So this is the Terribly Simple Shawl. Where's the hickey-do at? Oh, the hickey-do is right here. So you see how much that I've done. And yeah, this is just mindless because you knit the 2 front stitches. You knit the first 2 stitches, and then you knit front back, and then you knit to the rest until the last 3 stitches, and then you do them again. But I think this is going to turn out very pretty, and I can't wait. And it's so nice and squishy right now. I can't wait to wear it. This is the yarn is the Flying Kettle yarn in the Magnapop colorway. It came in the 400 yard skein. This is how much I have left. I have quite a ways to go, as you see, but I'm not pressuring myself to get it done. And these are on my Knitter's Pride Dreams size 5 needles. And this is a 24. I think this is the 24-inch cord that comes with it. But I found some easy shawls on Ravelry that I'm going to try in the future. And I have the Knit Picks yarn for it because I usually start knitting my Christmas presents around this time now. So I got the Hi set for my birthday for my mother, the interchangeable set, the large needle set. So I ordered a size 5 tip for it tonight. So that should be coming. And the next project that I'm working on is the vanilla latte sock pattern. This is a very popular pattern, but I knit out of this yarn before. This is the Regia Floromania colorway in the neon flower. So I have this in these bags because it's just easy and simple to carry them around in. So I started with the green, and now I'm in the pink, but I did a 1x1 rib, and then I did the pattern. So I'm at 20 rows now, 24 rows, and pretty soon I'm going to be starting the purple, going from the pink to the deep purple. So I'm doing these 2 at a time on my size 3 CHAOGOO needles, red lace needles. I think I got them off eBay. So, and then the final piece of project that I'm working on is a gridiron hat. Now, if you remember, I made one of these for my sister-in-law, but I'm making it for the craft show now. And this is out of Lion Brand Hometown USA in the Portland wine colorway. I'm doing these on my Hi interchangeables. So I have about, what do my notes say, 12 rows done. If you can see it, it's free on Ravelry. It's by Argyle Sheep, who is Shawnee Vasquez of the New Stitch a Day website. But it's a very easy and simple pattern, and I'm just trying to bang out my whips, my current whips in Ravelry before I guess on new projects. So that's about it for my whips. But I got nothing new to report in what I got segment of the podcast. I have been trying to save money, and because next year in February my mother-in-law and I decided we're going to Stitches West. My mother-in-law has never been to Stitches West, but I have 3 times. This will be my 3rd time going. So we are going to, it's the last weekend in February the next year, and so we're just excited to go, and she's never been to a knitting convention, so I think it'll be fun. My mother-in-law and I are close. So, and then, because I was telling her about the market in the market in the classes, and the pajama party by Marley Bird, and it will be so much fun. I am looking forward to experiencing the whole Stitches experience, because first time I went, I lived in California. So I only went to the marketplace. And that's when I was into crochet, but I really wasn't. I just went because I don't know why we decided to go, but we went, and I really didn't get into um, knitting until after my son was born. So when I went the second time, I stayed in Cupertino, where my mother lived, and I went with my best friend. But this time, we're going to try to get a hotel room so we can experience the whole Stitches experience. And my mother-in-law wants to go to Carmel. She's never been to Carmel, so I'm going to we're making arrangements to take her to Carmel, but that's about 9 months away. So anyway, that's about it that I have for now. I hope that you have a good week, and please keep your fingers crossed for my cat. I will find out on Tuesday if his results came back. The vet said he saw the cells. He saw cells in what he took out of my cat, but sometimes it doesn't come back clear, and sometimes it comes back as inconclusive. So fingers crossed for a little boy. I've had him since I was 24. So he is a very big part of my life, and so is my little one, who is laying down here because I'm talking. So I hope that you have a good week. And get busy knitting. See ya.